It has been a long time since I have done one of these videos, but welcome to a brand new episode of Funny and Insane Reviews. And in today's episode we are looking at a very polarizing game that people either love or they hate. There doesn't seem to be much of an in-between, and that game is Death Stranding. Death Stranding currently has over 15,000 user reviews on Metacritic.com, and over 4,000 of those reviews are negative. And I have scoured all of the written reviews on Metacritic.com to find some of the funniest and most insane reviews I could find for Death Stranding. So kick back, grab some popcorn, grab some whiskey, and let's look at 13 insane reviews for Death Stranding from Metacritic.com. The first review comes to us from Metacritic user Skeptic, and Skeptic gave the game a 0 out of 10, and here is what Skeptic had to say about Death Stranding. I've wasted my time playing video games for nearly 40 years and never felt I've wasted all that much, really, until this pile of dog shit. An ego-driven, self-indulgent orgy of nonsense dressed as a supermodel on Bikini Day. I had to line up behind many others eager to return this drivel to a very uncomfortable game shop manager who had purchased too many copies. I'm more pleased with my copy of E.T. on the 2600 and Superman 64 than I am with whatever the hell this is. Not a game. Wow, Skeptic is one angry individual. You know, I can understand some people not liking Death Stranding. Personally, I've never played Death Stranding. Just a disclaimer, I have not played the game yet, but I want to, and I do plan on purchasing it and playing through it because it seems like my kind of game personally. However, I can understand why it wouldn't be a game for certain people. But come on. To say that you're more pleased with E.T. on the 2600 and Superman 64, that's a little bit over the top, my friend. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, of course, but you just named off two of the worst games of all time. I don't think Death Stranding is anywhere near as bad as those games. Let's move on to the next review. The next Metacritic review comes to us from Metacritic user Godlike, and Godlike gave the game a 0 out of 10, and here's what they had to say. Messenger man, look sick, laster Kojima, you troll, damn America, people goofy, non-understand your game, nuclear bomber, begin your game, it's shame for you to Sony and PC in future, same rip. What? I don't know what the hell I just read. If anybody out there can make sense out of this review, please leave a description in the comments down below explaining the nuances of this review to me. That is my challenge to you, to see if you can decode the complexity that is Godlike's review. Nope. Let's move on to the next one. The next review comes to us from Metacritic user M. Jadona, and they gave the game a 0 out of 10, just like most of the people on today's list. And their review is as follows. Trash, 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 teesh. The most easy game in the world. Walking and walk and walk with empty world. I don't even know what to say about that one, except that this person really seems to like the word trash. Let's move on to the next one. The next Metacritic review comes to us from Metacritic user GamerX Maximus, and they gave the game a 0 out of 10. Big surprise, and their review is as follows. Death Stranding is a big turd that failed to float. Oh, a big turd that failed to float. Very clever. The gameplay and mechanics are atrocious. This game just straight up exhausted me and didn't coerce me to want to play it at all. The story is boring and mundane. If someone wants to pay $60 to get Rochambeaued in their nuts, then buy this game. Better yet, you can buy my game from me. I have no idea what Rochambeaued in their nuts means. If somebody understands what that means, please let me know in the comments down below, because to be honest with you, I'm scared to Google it. The last time I Google image searched something that I didn't understand, it scarred me for life. I do not want to go down that road again, so I'm going to leave the investigation up to you. I'm not responsible for what you may find. Moving on to the next review. Next up, from Metacritic user Cosima. Cosima gave the game a 0 out of 10, and their review is short and sweet, and it is as follows. This is stupid game ever I made, and also I give lot of money to most of critics for good evaluation. Oh, I see what they did here. They created a profile calling themselves Cosima to be a parody of Kojima, and then they're basically saying that this is the stupidest game Kojima has ever made, and accusing him of giving money to critics to give good reviews to the game, which that's just straight up conspiracy theory BS right there. If game developers and game companies were giving money to critics to give their games a good review, I'm pretty sure some type of game journalist company would bust that story wide open. Somebody like Jason Schreier or somebody like that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened before and still doesn't happen, but there's no way that all of the critics that gave Death Stranding a fantastic review were paid by Kojima. And that is all I have to say on that topic. Let's move on to the next review. The next review comes to us from Metacritic user Mohammad 14201, and they gave the game a, guess what, 0 out of 10. And their review is as follows. One of the ridiculous game in the life of this game was by force until episode 2. If I buy CD game, definitely broke CD, but unfortunately I buy digital game and I drop my money in trash. Kojima, you are not master, you are not even student. Leave the game world, please, before you turn game world to sh**. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this person clearly hates the game. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that one, so let's just move on to the next one. The next Metacritic review comes to us from Metacritic user Kojima is God. And they gave the game a 0 out of 10, and their review is as follows. OMFG! Fallout 76 is like GTA 5 compared to Death Stranding. 0 is the only rating it deserves. But on the other hand, maybe Kojima is such a genius that only gamers from 25th century world appreciate this. Why USA looks like Iceland in the game? That is their review. Now look, I played Fallout 76 for about 25 hours, and while I actually did enjoy my time playing the game, I will say this, based on what I've seen about Death Stranding, Fallout 76 is not GTA 5 compared to Death Stranding, but again, this individual is entitled to their opinion. I just definitely disagree with that. Now here's the strange thing. They're giving this game a very bad review and talking bad about Kojima, but their Metacritic username is Kojima is God? These two things don't really make any sense. They think Kojima is a god, clearly, by their username, unless they're just being funny, but yet they hate a Kojima game. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to analyze it. Let's just move on to the next one. Next up, from Metacritic user Truecynical, they gave the game a 0 out of 10, and their review is as follows. The gameplay is this. Put a rubber band on your controller to go forward and watch a movie or go to the pub and drink some beers, then come back. The game is fucking boring and stupid. Kojima fans can fuck off. Don't buy this piece of crap. The Death Stranding here is only for the players that buy this piece of shit. That's actually pretty funny though. They're saying if you put a rubber band on your controller to go forward that the game will basically play itself, which is definitely not true, but it's a funny joke nonetheless. And I also love that this person says fuck, F-O-C-K, instead of F-U-C-K. That kind of gave me a little bit of a chuckle. But let's go ahead and move on to the next review. Next up, from Metacritic user Majestic Prince. They gave the game a 0 out of 10, and their review is as follows. This game blows more dicks than my Aunt Helen, and it's only normal for Hideo Kojima to make such a load of garbage. Oh man, let's continue. It's just MGS5 but worse, and that's hard to do. Doesn't even have quiet sexy ass to make the journey worth. Overhyped butt cheeks. Oh God, these people crack me up. They crack me up. I don't know what else to say. Oh wow. Hideo Blojima. How funny, how funny. Let's see what else we've got. Next review. Next up is Metacritic user Zudeo Kojima, and they gave the game a 0 out of 10, and their review is as follows. Worst gameplay ever. Story carry babies. Come on, if you carry pizza, it's better than Zudeo Zojima. Better stay at Brazers than take blowjob by Sony Taliban. What? Next review. The next review comes to us from Metacritic user Persona 5 Goat, and they actually gave the game a 1 out of 10, and their review is as follows. Absolute artsy-fartsy garbage. Basically a post-apocalyptic FedEx simulator with garbage mechanics that don't even work half the time. It is by far the worst purchase I have ever made in my life, and may God never let Kojima get work ever again. It is about as fun as getting kicked in the groin for 48 hours while watching paint dry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disagree with you there. As a male, I can honestly say that I would rather play any video game than get kicked in the groin for 48 hours while watching paint dry. Why would you rather do that than play a video game? That just makes no sense. But I get it. You're just trying to get your point across at how much you hate this game. But I guarantee you, if push comes to shove and somebody sits Death Stranding in front of you, and they sit a chair in front of you, and they say, you can either play Death Stranding or you can sit in this chair and let me kick you in the nuts for 48 hours straight while you watch this paint dry on this wall, you're gonna play Death Stranding, and you know you will.
What?
Next up from Metacritic user Waltren, they gave the game a 1 out of 10, and their review is as follows. Just a glorified indie cinema movie that made into a walking simulator. By the way, walking is superior. The animations, the weight of the character is superb, but frankly, who cares? Some Asian man thinks about French actresses wanted to make a glorified indie cinema. Somebody please save me from the stupidity. Let's move on to the next review. The final review, in fact. And it is a doozy. Prepare yourselves. Make sure no small children are around, please. And the final Metacritic review comes to us from Metacritic user LindaMan98. And they gave the game a 1 out of 10. And again, please make sure there are no small children around, because shit's about to get real up in here. Their review is as follows. Buying this game is paying for Kojima to urinate you and screw you in the mouth. And let's end it there, shall we? So there you have it. 13 funny and insane reviews from Metacritic.com for Death Stranding. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button to let me know you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy this series, because I kind of took a break from it because it just wasn't doing very well, but I have so much fun making these funny review videos that I just had to make another one. So let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed it, but also let me know in the comments down below what game I should do an episode on next, because I have so much fun and I definitely like taking suggestions from you all. If you missed any of the previous funny review videos, I will leave a link to the playlist in the comments down below. I encourage you to go check those out because they're hilarious with a lot of really funny editing jokes. Folks, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button so that you can join the wonderful, the amazing, the incredible RetroWolf family, because you people rock and I cannot thank you enough for the support. Until next time, keep playing games and having a good time, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.